waterfront. Super bright. The waterfront. It's actually quite warm already. It's like in the 70s, I'm guessing. Kind of humid, very sunny. Waterfront area is on the 8th deck, and it kind of wraps around most of the deck here. But there's a lot of seating and things, and it's never too busy. But it has really great views. A little bit of shade as well, but sometimes the sun is straight on. It's way too sunny, so I'm gonna try to go to the other side of the ship. But walking around the aft. On the sides there are these little observation points. Not that you can see much other than the ocean right now, but I think it would be quite fun if we were like closer to land or something. Little stuffed animals that look like tall animals. That one's an elephant, and it holds a picture frame apparently. This one is a monkey with sunglasses. So unlike on Holland America where there's the wraparound deck, this one you have to go through the middle of the ship. It doesn't go fully around. So I'm back on the sunny side. It was too cold on the other side. But there is outdoor seating for a lot of the specialty restaurants over here. So from what I read online, you're supposed to, or it's recommended to request an outdoor seat, especially if you're like leaving a port. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I think we have a reservation for the steakhouse tomorrow. You know, so this is Wasabi. That's like a sushi bar, specialty restaurant a la carte. This one is Ocean Blue, and we have a reservation here. It's like a seafood restaurant, but there is like meat if folks don't like seafood. This one looks fancy. There are no people. Over here is the mojito bar. There's also an outside bar for the mojito, and that one actually makes really good drinks, the outside bar. This one is like a little bit chaotic. Duty free has been very expensive. They haven't been running as many specials as on the last cruise I was on. But over here is going to be the Brazilian, and then also the steakhouse. Looks like there's a walk-up for the Ocean Blue on the waterfront. This is on the outside, and you can get some beers and bites, and actually we got that wrong. You get some bites, wines, beers, soda, and water to go. Here's the Sid Norman's Port House. There's also an indoor section. Outside there is the gelato stand. This one is pay for, so it's not going to be included. $2.75 for 1 scoop, $5 for 2 scoops. And then inside on the other side is the bake shop, so there you get pastries and such, and those you also have to pay for. Thought I'd give you a breakdown of the food so far. It hasn't been the best, but I also think they were not prepared for as many people as there are on the ship, because there are like 4,800 people plus on here from what we heard yesterday, and it's just a lot of families, like huge families. So I think they were just not prepared, because also the bars are running out of a lot of the alcohol and beers and such, and also the noodles have never been the right type of noodle as what was described. So so far that's the opinion. I was researching, I had heard that the Asian food was supposed to be like the best. So yesterday the experience was fine. We waited a while, and I think that was a little bit of an upset for some people. But I mean, the food was okay. The flavors were like slightly there, but they weren't quite there. And again, the weird noodles was another issue. There were a couple of items that we thought were pretty good, and we would maybe order again, but I don't think we would wait again for like an hour and a half. Over here is where Sid Norman's, and then there's also the other bar. So the other bar is named the Sunset Bar. Lounge over here if you're into cigars. means when it says not yogurt, a grapefruit and orange segment. Chowder though, I love corn chowder. The fish tacos, and then I got a smaller portion of the Boston rockfish or bluefish, something like that. Banana cream pie and the raspberry panna cotta. Going into Port Canaveral. Making it in. There's dolphins down there. Look at them. The pod of dolphins. To Port Canaveral, we're about maybe 2.5 to 3 hours later than originally expected. There's still a lot of folks on the water slides and such. Okay, so going to go check out the taxi line. We were like one of the first ones out, but then we got separated from the third person and we have no idea where they are. So had to wait a while. Made it. A minute wait at Minions. We're here for Mardi Gras. There's Mardi Gras food. I think we're going to go to Transformers because there's only a 20-minute ride.
You go and prove I am high wrong.
For Mardi Gras, so the theming is really on point. It's the King and Queen. It was here. Everybody's lining up already for the parade. It's in like a half an hour or so. Next ride. We just came out of Fast and Furious, and there's the Indonesia booth and the Indian booth. Those are going to be for the Mardi Gras event. I just got my little bit of a discount gift card for food, but this is the onion bhaji from the India booth. This is the Indian booth, and I got the onion bhaji. Turbo lighting, so I'm gonna try it. I had like a bonus piece. I was only supposed to get 3, but I got like 3.5. So these are like pretty decent. They're a little bit expensive. They're about $9 to $10. The value is pretty okay. I also just realized how dirty this table is, but they're about the size of tennis balls. So I would say it's enough for sharing. So my friend got the Indonesian soft shell crab. We're on our way to Hogwarts to Diagon Alley. Okay, here is Belgium, and behind us is Germany. I'm not going to show you, there's a lot of people. The German booth is supposed to have the best food. It has Wiener Schnitzel and Spätzle. But we're going to go into the Harry Potter area now. There's the night bus. I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I'm just reiterating what people tell me. In the sweet shop. So they have these, but they're actually kind of expensive. I think they're a little bit cheaper at the New York City store. Fun. Only 25-minute ride, wait time.
Here you open an account. Very well.
The theming is so good in here, actually.
And move all the way in.
So I have the butter here, just the regular one. It's like butterscotch cream ale. We're gonna go down Nocturne Alley now. King's Cross. Another night is Minions. Ones that are available for those of us with names that are never popular. Number 1 Minion, number 1 Abuelito, and Best Buddy. Here is actually Love Dad. Cute. It's Bob. Thank you for watching. That was a wrap on the day. So we were actually on an overnight stay in the Port Canaveral area. So we just went back to the ship to sleep after we were in Orlando. Couple of quick tips. Number 1, get in line as soon as humanly possible. As soon as you see that line starting by the casino, get in that line to get off of the ship in Orlando, because so many people will be trying to get into Orlando, and as a result, you want to be on the top 10, 20 people like we were originally. Our third person just disappeared, so we lost our spot once we got off of the ship, because if you're in the first 10 to 20 folks, there will be taxi queue, and that means that you are going to be for sure able to get in a taxi and get your butt into Orlando. As a result, we missed the taxi opportunity, so we had to try to do ride shares with everybody else, but we kept getting canceled because nobody wants to drive into Orlando. We finally did get an Uber who was willing to do that, and she was great, but we paid out of like so much money. I don't want to tell you how much money we had to pay for that. A couple of other things is on the way back, it was very difficult to get a ride share because again, nobody really wants to drive out to Port Canaveral, so we ended up getting in the taxi line. So I would say if you are planning on doing this and you're like a few people and with no kids and no car seats, then definitely try to make friends on the ship who are also going into Orlando, so you can kind of split the cost multiple ways, because there were a group of 2 guys in front of us who were going back to the ship as well, and if we would have been like 15-20 seconds earlier, we would have heard them say that, and we would have been able to potentially get a van with them, because we each got our own vans and there were plenty of extra seats. Universal is fun. I do want to go back again, but maybe not on a cruise, just because the timing is so short and you can't really do that much, but that's just my personal opinion. Also, just so you know, I know nothing about movies, so this was a very confusing trip for me, but that being said, even though I don't watch any movies that we went on any of the rides for, except for Minions and E.T., I had a great time because the theming was so good, and you don't really need to know the backstory to enjoy the amusements. Yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.